Okay. I think we're on here. Hi. So, sorry, it's been a big day. Every time I go into my iPad, I get distracted. So, hi, I was going to do, this is for my people doing 3 days at the fair. I'm about to do the desk series number 5, which I call Booty Patootie, because it's super cute. And that damn Squish, which will replace Damnation in your rotation. So, if you have questions, don't hesitate to speak up. Unless you're one of my children, then you need to stay over there. Pull up my screen. There we go. I'll try to get through this quickly since I'm quite sure I'm going to have distractions through for a minute. Alright, so the whole name of the next game that we're going to be playing is obliques, and how making sure that they do their job, which is connecting the lats to everything else up in here. Basically, there's a party going on, and if we haven't spent a lot of time recruiting obliques, then they're not coming out to play. It's one of the reasons why side plank is so hard, other than your hand. It's if they're not doing anything, all of that work, all that stability work is coming from somewhere else. So we're going to make a real concerted effort with this next series to bring the obliques into play. So the first thing is the seated twist pull. For this, you'll want 2 weights. 3 pounds are fine, 5 is okay. More is not better. Anything more than 5 pounds really needs to be avoided. 1, because it's hard to carry to work and it takes up space. And 2, for our purposes, anything more than 5 pounds just isn't necessarily helpful. There is the point of diminishing returns is going to kick in. And if we're picking up a heavier weight, then to hold one position for longer than what would be 6 reps, then you're going to be sacrificing form. And what sacrificing form means, we are not working the muscles we need to work. Bigger muscles next to them are overcompensating, and we don't want to do that. So sit booty in the chair, feet off the ground, a little bit of a rotation in your spine. That's what that looks like from the side. So sitting up straight, we're going to curve back, lift our feet up, and twist. Roll the shoulders back, lock and load, lock, load. The idea here, we don't want that shoulder coming forward. We want them staying aligned, which is why we do this. It is literally a twist. So it's a seated twist. If we were on the ground, it would be a Russian twist. If this hurts your lower back, we can try something else, but let's go ahead and start there. If you have that exhale and lock every time you come out, and before as you start the twist, your lower back should be okay. The next one, I call it the weighted two-leg punch out. So what that entails is, and you're going to be doing a minute of each of these. I'm just sort of talking you through them, and then I'll start demonstrating them with you tomorrow, hopefully, God willing. We'll see. Okay, so sitting on the edge of your chair, I want you to do this with the chair near you, just for the awareness of where you start and where you finish. Roll back, lift your booty up, lift your heels up. We want your hands with the weights at shoulder height. We don't want your knees touching each other, and we don't want them bowing out. We want them nice and stable. We're going to punch. Each time, I want you to feel that movement coming from here. So, and we don't want your booty rising too far. So with this, this should stay locked and loaded the whole time. Okay, squatting down, elbows at shoulder height, no higher, no lower. We don't want a forceful punch. That's not where we're coming from. All we're trying to do is really make sure that our armpits and lats are doing work, and the obliques are coming into play. They're just being recruited as part of this work. Okay. This is basically a 3-minute toe squat. So the next one is a V lift. So reset, roll your shoulders back, heels off the floor, and start at your knees, almost like you're trying to draw a line out from your shoulders, like you're drawing the letter B. And each time you lift, don't lift it too much higher than your chin, and we want to feel like you're pushing your armpits to the ground, into your waist. You should really feel this in your quads, but I also want you to feel it here along the side too. Then the last one in this series is the twist lift, which is sort of reminiscent of the chair pose in yoga. So we go down, exhale, lift, arms directly out to the side, keeping your shoulders aligned. Exhale, twist, back to center. Exhale, twist, back to center. Your hips should continue facing forward. Your knees don't move, your hips don't move. All of the rotation is coming from your lat and your oblique. And pay really close attention that you're locking the back, doing that exhale to load the front before you twist. Okay, we'll practice and play with that tomorrow. But for now, that is booty patootie, aka desk series number 5. The next one is, so you're going to do that 3 times a day. We're just replacing it. Insert, take out desk series 4, insert desk series 5, same place, same style. That damn squish, we're chucking damnation, and we're replacing it with that damn squish. So same time of day, same idea, only once per day. Nothing changes, we are just replacing, okay? You're gonna need the squish ball for this, obviously. Yep, it's the next desk series, Suze. Okay. This is the first time I've ever asked anyone to do a lunge in any of my training programs. Don't make me regret it. Okay. This is a lunge lift. You might want to have something underneath your squish ball just to keep it from rolling away. Check several times if you have a mirror nearby. Keep checking your form. We don't want one hip forward. We want your hips aligned, facing straight ahead like headlights. We want your toes pointed straight ahead. We want your knee directly on top of your ankle. Okay? And this knee, obviously, on the squish ball. Go to right, lift, lift, lift. This isn't a big move. I don't want you standing all the way up. Keep that 90-degree angle. You should really feel this quad burn, and your left quad and your right glute burn if your right knee is up. Because this is where all the work is coming from. It's right there. And this is going to turn into an explosive move when we move to the next series after Julie has her race. Don't get too excited to bring a weight into this yet. This is a hard series, and from here it's going to get harder. So, same thing on the other side. Don't let that hip swing forward. It's easily done. Lift and lower. Again, you should feel that this quad will still burn from the previous set. Hi! And this booty will be burning too. Okay. Questions? Thanks. Yes, Arsen Bruno was desk series I think, is that the one we just did? I think that was disc series number 4. I apologize. So disc series number 5 is booty patootie. So with the pike, with the ball, exhale in this position and draw your shoulders towards your waist. Want to roll that ball back and forth because, and here's why that's complicated. Remember when I had you do this with a piece of paper? Okay, when you're focusing on good form, which the very definition of good form in this is locked, shoulders towards the, armpits towards the waist, loaded. So it feels like you're pressing your body down. When you start moving that ball back and forth, your abs are doing all of the work. And when I say all of the abs, specifically the obliques, you should feel it all the way up in here into your rib cage. So, lock, deep breath, load, roll the ball back and forth. Once that gets easy, we can turn it, if you're not covered in lotion like I am since I just got out of the shower. We pike and draw circles with both feet. But for now, start here. Yay! So focus on the pulling part. And don't go quite as fast as I just went. I'm trying to get through all this before things explode over there. Skiing was not a success today. And I'm waiting for everything to start melting down. For the rest of this, I'll change the angle. Okay. We're going to be sitting on the ground with the squish ball right behind your sacrum. So the next one, we're going to stay in this position, really not trying to sit up. Use the bad posture like you wouldn't normally sit in a chair like this. It's called the C-spine. When you load in the C-spine, you're really going to be trying to draw your belly button towards your spine, right? Feel making that space as small as possible. Grab your weights, right? Keep your feet on the ground. We don't need to lift them off. This gets real hard real quick because you're going to be here for 3 minutes. Okay? So the first one, in the spine, flies. And don't get too excited to go really wide. If your hands are so far away that you can't see them, then that's too far. And here's what's probably happening with that. You're losing this load. So that's the fly. The next one, bees again, just like we did before. I'm sure some of you can do this with more than 5 pounds. Doesn't mean you should. Okay? 5 is enough. If this is really not working for you at the end of the first week, let's talk. But your delts should be screaming, as should your rhomboids and all of your obliques. And I'm only using 3 pounds. Okay? So, holding that C position. Flat, low. If you can't go very far down, that's fine. Sitting here is a great place to start. The further back you can go, the more work it's going to be. So this is overachieving. It's not a wider span. It's leaning further back while maintaining good form, which is the good form here is the load, and the shoulders not rolling forward. And then the final move, we don't want to move the knees at all.
We want to keep them here, not touching. Twist and let your elbow touch the ground. If you feel it in your lower back, sit forward a bit and make sure you actually have that C shape going on in your spine. All right. Yeah, the oblique connection, I did that in a Facebook Live stream really quickly to coach and lunch strength when all the kids come home. But I'll talk through it again. One of the banes of my existence for the past 3 years is how I can't get anyone to absorb the idea of locking your cage. It drives me crazy because remember, it's just a cue about drawing your shoulder blades together. And when you do that, your TVA fires automatically because of that's just how the body works, unless you've had a baby. And that was the part I did not know. Mine ceased speaking to each other. I figured that out over the summer. And then I was like, well, Jesus, no wonder no one gets it because they can do this and nothing's happening down here at all. So they're all like, ah! Trying to make something happen or trying to feel something at all. So locking your cage will make way more sense after a couple weeks of this where we're really targeting that oblique lat connection. So when that happens, that automatically pops, see? I'm not even thinking about this. This is just drawing my shoulder blades together. Everything here moves. Okay? And that's part of the reason. Yes, I really want big toe lifted. Wait, in which one? I want the big toe lifted when we're doing the lunge on the bent leg, because I don't want you jumping into the ankle because that's what's going to pull your hip forward, and we don't want that. We want the hips aligned while we go up and down. Okay, and it's actually easier with that big toe off the ground. So when we're seated doing the C-spine stuff, the big toe, I don't really care unless you find your knees are knocking against each other. In which case, yeah, a good cue is going to be to pull your big toe off the ground. Finally, when we're doing the final bits of the desk series, your heels are off the ground, so you're probably going to need your toes to be on. There's that. Take a photo of this. Oh, already done. As you can see, I did that before, and then it got enhanced. So that's what I get for buying all the new colored markers. So yeah, that oblique connection is pretty important. I don't know how good the light is in here. It's not getting better. It's that time of the day. So when you lock your cage, I don't know if you can see that on the ground. All of this moves. Everything's easier when you're fit. This is why. All of the kinetic chains are working in concert. Everything's talking to each other. When it doesn't happen, now I get it. People are like, nothing's happening. I'm like, it should. That's why in gyroscope they call this make your waist smaller. Making your waist smaller is basically locking your cage. It's a subtle move, and it's something we do when we set before we start spinning the big wheels. So the side view here. So see how this draws in? All I'm doing is moving this consciously. The rest of this pulling in is happening subconsciously. So I don't know if you can see it all. I probably need better lighting. But yeah, that lunge is fun. And I'll get the lists over to you now. Hope to see you guys for the Sundoku book night. Erica's on her way over now. I'm going to go finish getting changed because I could do it like this. I kind of want to because it's hot in this house. But we ain't gonna. Yay! And congratulations to everyone that won the Vermont 100 lottery. Ain't nothing like being a winner in Julie's world. Yay! Aren't you glad you're friends with Suze? Yay, Suze! You have the best ideas.